Hi everyone, Miss B here with my friend Quinn, and we are going to show you a couple of our favorite games that you can play at your house. The first game we're going to do is a game called Sum It Up. What each player will need is 2 dice, paper, and something to write with, okay? The way it works is that you are going to start by rolling your dice once, and so I like to show it by rolling into the cave. So you put your hand in a cup and you roll into the cave so the dice doesn't jump around everywhere. And you're going to try to make the biggest number out of your 2 dice that you can. So I have a 1 and a 5. My biggest number here is 51. So on my paper, I'm going to start by writing 51, and Quinn's going to write the biggest number that she just rolled on her paper, which was 21. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to roll it one more time. And then you're going to see your 2 numbers and you're wanting to make the greatest number that you can. So she has a 3 and a 5. So what's your biggest number?
52.
All right, and mine's 55. So I'm going to write that together. Now on your paper, you should have 2 numbers. Now what you're going to do with these 2 numbers is you're going to add them together. It's kind of hard to see, my friends. So I have my 2 numbers and Quinn has her 2 numbers, and we're going to add them up to see what our number is. Remember, you might have to regroup when your number gets bigger. So I have the number 106 and Quinn's at the number 74. Now the goal of this game is to get as close to or go over 500, and the first person to get to 500 wins. Before we move too far, so we have our first number that we added together. I'm gonna rewrite 106 and she's gonna rewrite number 74 right underneath it. Because just like in class, we don't want to squeeze our numbers in too small, because then it's hard to see if we have to regroup. So here's my number and Quinn has hers underneath. And now that we have that set, now it's a race to the finish. So both of us are going to keep rolling and adding, and we're going to be racing to see who can make it to 500 first. It's really important when you keep going, girl.
Okay.
It's really important after you finish doing each of your facts and you've found the sum, you rewrite the sum underneath it before you roll the dice again. That way the numbers don't get squeezed in there. All right, so Quinn and I are gonna sum it up and race to 500. Oh man, she's getting some big numbers over here right now. Oh man, she's catching up to me. Woo, big one. She got 66, got 63. It's been a little bit since we had to think about adding, guys. Oh, you're rolling some small numbers there. Sometimes you get lucky and you get the big one. Sometimes you get unlucky and you get like 11 and 13. As you're seeing, we're still going, but we're just working down our paper, whatever paper you have, and just still racing to 500. We should put some music on with our video. Where are you at, Quinn?
229 to, oh my gosh, 299 plus 33.
Oh, so you're about to break 300.
Yep.
What if I told you I just broke 400? Keep going, girl. Here, how about we switch papers real quick? Ready?
Okay.
And go. I'm still going. Oh, now she's got the luck.
Okay.
Oh, you had lots of regrouping over here. Miss B's having a think here too. Goodness. And friends at home, what you can do is after you get to 500, the next round that you get, you can go up to 700 or 1,000 or however big you want to get to. You can also challenge yourself. Oh, wait, you hit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So she got to 509 and I was only at 452. So Quinn is the winner. So at the top of your paper, maybe keep tally system of, I'm going to say Mrs. B and Quinn. And Quinn got a point. Another way that you can change it up, instead of sum it up, you can find the difference. So my friends at home, we've played this game at school where you start at 1,000. Let me go up so you can see us. You start at 1,000 and then you work backwards. So you start at 100 and you work backwards. So what that would look like, if I started off with 100, Quinn, go ahead and roll. What do we have here? Whoop. Here we go. We'll get that in a minute.
43.
43. So if you want to go grab that real quick. We have 100 minus 43. Here we're going to have to subtract across zeros to make sure we take our time when we're doing that. And the goal here is the first person to get to 0 as underneath, we'll say, try to get under 5, as close to 0 as you can. We're not going into negatives, but the first person to get as close to that number as you can wins. So I got to 57, then you'd roll again and just keep going down. The first person to get the smallest number wins.
32.
Yeah, and that's the game. Sum it up. All right, so the next game we're going to play is a game called Classical Snap. And the way this works is you're going to have 2 players as well. You need 2 people. You need a deck of cards. So we have our deck of card here, and you need to remove the jokers. So 2 people, deck of cards, take the jokers out. All right, so Quinn is going to take the cards and she's going to split them equally between the 2 of us. So split the cards in half.
Okay.
Takes great concentration. Whoop, flying cards. You trying to put more cards on my deck? Just kidding. All right, so when you have both of your cards, or all of your cards split into 2 equal stacks, you're going to want to hold the deck of cards in your hand, and each player is going to flip over 1 card. Now I have a 10 and she has a 4. If both cards are of equal value, if they are equivalent or the same, the first person to say snap wins both of the cards. And you're going to continue playing through until the person, let me say that again. Quinn, you go ahead and say that. So the goal of the game is
to get most of all the cards.
To get all the cards. And so here, since 10 is greater than 4, I would take the cards on this side. And I'm going to keep my pile over here. And we're going to flip again. 5 is greater than 2, so she's going to take those 2 cards. And ace is going to count as a 1 for this game. And she's taking the card over there. 7's greater than 4.
10's greater than 4.
So if you've ever played the game of War, this is very similar to that, but with an added twist. Ooh, close. And this game can go by really quick. This game can go on for a long time. So just be prepared for lots of fun. See, we're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Oh, that's yours, Maya. I'm sorry. Want to snap? Ooh, that.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Queen is greater than Jack. pretend that these are the same, okay? So we're gonna pretend that we both flipped over aces right now. Actually, let me find an ace.
Okay.
So if that happened, the first person to say
Snap.
she would get to take all the cards. And then when you have both of the cards in your hands are gone, you're gonna collect your pile, flip them over in your hand and do it again until one person has all the cards in their hand. And that is classical snap. All right, so the two games we played today together was Sum It Up, and you can switch that and you can, instead of adding, you can subtract instead, and also Classical Snap. Quinn, what was your favorite game that we played?
Classical Snap.
And why was Classical Snap your favorite?
Because my favorite card deck game is War, and it was basically War, but with a twist of Snap.
And how do you think Classical Snap helped you with math?
Because it can tell the difference of greater than and less than.
Awesome. Well, guys, we hope you have fun with your math night. Remember, you have your math kit that you have at home. Try out these games, see if you can come up with your own game, and we can't wait to hear which game you love most. Bye.